very proud of. And certainly by their work, it speaks for itself. Vivian Mungle of the Ziller Studio. Vivian, would you wiggle your finger a little? And also Michael Kessick. Michael Kessick is an internationally known calligrapher and penman who studied with the BC Castle Studio in Chicago many years ago. And, he could not be with us this year, but he sends his regards, and I'm sure you'll see him in future conventions. He's been at many of our conventions this year. It just didn't work out for him. So that is what we've done. To be a master penman in our new program, the Master Penman Committee, which is composed, of course, of the Master Penman, give the wording of the diploma, the certificate, to the candidates, and they have to come up with a certificate, just like before. Now remember that the committee has already reviewed their work, and that's why we have already deemed them candidates. So when they send us the work, it's kind of the final capstone of getting that portion of the program done. We have a couple of the certificates here. Mine is in the back, my master's certificate. And also, I apologize, also last year we inducted Chris Costaras. Chris, I apologize, Joe, for neglecting him. Chris Costaras is an elderly gentleman in his late 80s who received a gold seal certificate from the Zenarian Art College in engrossing back in the early 50s. I think it was. Phenomenal work. 1947. His Zenarian certificate is in the back, so you'll be able to see that in a little while. So he is also, of course retired, but he was also inducted last year. And a photograph of Vivian's certificate from last year is also in the back, and so you'll be welcome to take a look at that as well. This year we have a very unique induction into the ceremony, one that we are extremely proud of. I can't tell you how proud we all are of this because of the unique international nature of it. There's a gentleman who has been in contact with many people through the ornamental penmanship site. He is considered a friend by many of us. His name is Brian Walker. Brian is a gentleman from England who has been a calligrapher for many, many years, for 40-some years. He has done exquisite work in England with his calligraphy, with his illumination, and within the past 5 years with American ornamental penmanship. Now, some of you might call it Spencerian script. It's really ornamental penmanship. It's a little different than Spencerian. His model that he has pretty much tried to emulate through the years is Louis Mataraz. Louis Mataraz is generally considered by many people to be the best ornamental penman who ever lived. Of course, that's subject to personal opinion, but nobody will ever say that he was second best. He was pretty much the person that most people really think of when they think of a superb master penman. But he had a unique style that was very delicate, yet sometimes very dramatic with its shading. And Brian has studied and practiced. Many of us have sent him examples of Mataraz's work, examples of our own work. We've sent him a number of things to help encourage him, to support him, to let him know that we're very proud of him and that anything that we can do to help him learn, we are willing to do that. He's been a member of IAMPETH for several years, and it must be about 2 years now, I think. He has created a Spencerian interest group in England. Can you imagine that? An American penman. He's got like his own clique out there in England. In the process of doing this, Brian has done a remarkable job at spreading the word, spreading the legacy of American penmanship, and sharing the beauty and joy of it with people over there who really have not known about it at all. Because, of course, copperplate, roundhand script is so prominent and popular over there. He's just done a wonderful job. His work has continued to progress. His skill is extremely high. It is without question at a master's level. Unfortunately, Brian's health has not been so well this year. We reviewed his work, and We have certainly accepted him as a master penman, and in lieu of his physical disability at this time to create a certificate, we requested that he send us a collection of work that would be representative of his range of skills, primarily focusing, of course, on American ornamental penmanship, but also asking him to send some material that had to do with text lettering and decoration, which, you know, is in vein of engrossing and illumination, one of the other fields of ornamental penmanship, as I mentioned before. He cannot, of course, be with us tonight. We have spoken with him, several of us have spoken with him on the telephone, and he is very, very proud of his selection. He certainly wishes the best for all of us and for IAMPETH. He has pledged that he will continue to promote American ornamental penmanship and teach it over there, and I'm looking forward at some time in the future to visiting him, and it would be a great joy for me to conduct a workshop with Brian over there in England and share that with him. He has been gracious enough, of course, to let us borrow this collection of his work, which after tonight's program you are free to look at. There is a collection of his work on the table over here to my left, to your right, and I think you'll agree when you see it that it is simply superb. We are very, very proud of this man. This program is being videotaped, and Joe Vitolo is going to be sending it to him so he knows how proud we are of him, and that he's really here even though he physically cannot join us. So on behalf of the International Association of Master Penmen, Engrossers, and Teachers of Handwriting, and the Master Penman Committee, composed of those who have already achieved that status, I would like to officially welcome Brian Walker as this year's inductee as a Master Penman. One of the ways that Brian has also sent examples of his work is through a series of slides. These slides are representations of some of his calligraphic and illumination type of work, so you can see the quality of his skill in that vein. And there's just a small number of slides, but at this time I would like to ask that the lights be dim so we can show these to you and you can see the nature of Brian's work.